Hello and welcome back to the course. We are now about to talk about psychology. We've just started chapter 2. Very important things coming up. For the first couple chapters of the course, I'm going to warn you now, we are talking a lot. So before we actually dive into the fundamentals and the technicals, we will be doing a lot of talking. So make sure you have a notebook ready. Make sure you're making notes and putting attention into this, okay? Try not to get too bored. I'm hoping that I can keep this a little bit interesting and keep providing you with some serious value. It might be easy to drift away when we're talking so much, but honestly, you need to secure this information about psychology and risk management. So just try your hardest to focus and make sure that you write down everything that we talk about. So without further ado, we'll dive into it. We don't want to drag this out too much, but the first chapter of real learning is going to be psychology. So, psychology, believe it or not, holds very high importance in trading. Mindset and psychology is going to determine whether you succeed or you fail in all areas of trading. And throughout your journey, throughout every step of the way, you are going to need discipline and a strong grasp of emotional control to actually push forward and to follow rules and to stay steady when trades are running either in profit or loss. Okay. Psychology is going to take the reins in a lot of areas. So it's very important that you actually work on this as best you can. So, what do we really mean by psychology then? What we're talking about is the mindset in regards to the loss or gain of money. When we're here in the markets, when we're trading, we are always, well, at least while we have trades active, losing or gaining money. So how are you going to react to this? Now, if you lose money, you can get really mad, you can get really stressed. Now you work for that money and now you've lost it. If you win money, if you're gaining money, you can get so overexcited. And I know, especially in the early days of trading, you can get so overexcited, so eager to take those profits, so eager to get greedy and push the risk to try and gain more money that you can lead to quite a few bad things. So that is really what we mean by psychology. Are you going to get angry, break rules, and make bad decisions when you are losing money or when you're making money? Or are you going to remain rational? Are you going to remain focused fully and put your all into this and stay clear with your mindset? That is either what's going to make you a winning trader or a losing trader. So, emotions. Emotions are the biggest part of psychology, as you can imagine. For obvious reasons, psychology is essentially made up of your emotions. As we just said, the loss and gain of money really does spark emotions, and it can cause emotions to run wild when you're trading. And I know in the early days of trading, there are going to be so many swings up and so many swings down. When you're winning, you're going to feel on top of the world, and when you're losing, you're going to feel crushed. It's just a part of the process. It's just a part of how it is. And now this is one of the things that I do struggle with a little bit is pushing this across to people. Now, people can understand how important emotions, how important psychology is, but because it is your mind, it requires a bit of reworking within your mind. And now that reworking requires actually experiencing the losses and experiencing the wins. So I can set you up with as much knowledge and as much information on this topic as I possibly can, but you're going to have to actually go through it. Now, this is the one part of trading you're really going to have to go through it. The risk management side, it is essentially mechanical processes to follow. Technical analysis, you're going to learn actual methods to analyze charts, and same with the fundamentals. But when it comes to the emotions, it's not a set mechanical process. It is literally your mind and the way that you view things. So emotions will run wild. I'm trying to set you up with as much information and as much positive information as I can now. But you do have to be prepared. If you haven't already been through it, you are going to go through a phase of some serious emotional up and downs with trading. Leading on from that, when you're actually there in the market, the real life scenario is going to up the pressure. Now, you may feel like you're going to master psychology like a pro. You don't even need to worry about this, right? You're going to smash it from the start. Now, that's great. I'm glad that you feel that way. But real life scenarios are seriously going to up the pressure. Losing money in real time, making money in real time are going to spark emotions. And I can say that a million times and it won't be enough. Before you even get into trading, you need to be prepared to become a mental master, or just don't even bother. Because if you don't actually master your mind, you don't actually perfect that mindset, you are never going to win long term. Quit while you're ahead, unless you are prepared to really work on your mindset and really work on mental emotion and management of your emotions. This is, in my opinion, the key to succeeding. Okay, I cannot push this enough. It is so important. Every other area of trading is heavily affected by your psychology. Now, you could have the best risk management plan in the world, you could be the best technical analyst in the world, but if you flip out when you see red numbers, if when you see losses, or you get greedy and start adding to positions to try and make more money when you start winning, all of that is getting blown out of the water. So you really are going to be your own worst enemy. And if you can't master your psychology, you can't succeed. It's as simple as that. So in this chapter, this psychology chapter, we will be going deep into emotions. We'll talk about all of the different emotions that you're going to face. And when we've done that, and when I've spoken about these emotions and given you a little bit of advice on how you can actually tackle these emotions when you feel them, we'll then talk about self-development and what I believe you need to do to become the best version of yourself. Now, becoming the best you is the best way to actually win, is the best way to build that mindset. It goes deeper than trading, okay? You need to develop a mindset outside of trading in your general everyday life that resonates through into the markets and brings you that success. Now, a great thing about this is this self-development. I will happily say and honestly say that trading has made me a much better person, a much better version of who I was before. Because I've developed myself, I've developed my mind and my outlook on the world so much to actually become the best version I can inside of the markets. And that resonates in my day-to-day life, my relationships and everything else as well. So that's what we're going to talk about in this chapter. And I'll say now, as I said before, psychology is a personal journey. So do expect to feel things that may not be highlighted in this course and do expect to go through it. Okay, be prepared to go through it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video when we talk a bit about emotions and emotional control.